computer. So good evening, everybody. So guys, good evening to all of you. So today we will discuss our exam preparation class of your second paper, life skill education, MEd fourth semester, right guys? So as you know that, I open the PPT in front of you, right? So this is our, fourth semester papers. There are three papers in our fourth semester, right? As you are aware of that, right? Three papers and one dissertation. Okay. So these are the papers. Okay, guys. Educational policy and research, inclusive education, and life skill educations, right? There are three papers. Okay. Educational policy and research thoroughly, guys, we have discussed in the last two lectures. Okay. In the exam preparation class, and I have already shared a notes with you, right? Inclusive educations we already done, right? So today we'll talk about life skill educations. This is our exam preparation class. So we will talk about life skill education. But little bit you should know, this is the theory part, huh? You are aware of that. And in the practical part, guys, you know that. Okay, dissertations you have already made, and I hope you have submitted to the your concerned colleges and universities, right? And there would be viva of your dissertations, okay, whatever you have written in your dissertations after your exam. Okay, so date sheets as already we have discussed, you know that. Okay, I think it is on 2nd of June, 2nd, 9 and 11, Hana, if I'm not mistaken. And in the dissertations, huh? Yeah, sorry. uh in the
Sir,
desert,
11,
huh?
12, 12.
On 12th, okay, sorry, it is 12th, 2nd, 9th or 12th, huh, guys? Okay, so you already have got it now, downloaded from the internet, and last lecture we discussed, right? Dissertation's date would come after your theory exams, right, guys? Well, little bit, it has confirmed. Okay, so I'm also touched with the university website. You should also touch with. Okay, you can check over date of your dissertation, but mostly it will come off your after your theory exams. Okay, 2nd, 9 and 12, right, guys? So these are the viva questions I have already discussed with you. Okay, which you have to learn. Huh? This lecture I have already taken. Okay, if some students are new, so you can check my lecture. Okay, my video on the YouTube. Okay, I have discussed each and every questions in detail, right, guys? These all things, this PPT and video of this PPT you can check. Okay, so I have covered all the questions. I hope which would be asked by the examiner, right, guys? Right. But today this is our exam preparation class of the paper life skill educations, right, guys? And this is the 86 pages. Okay, I have already shared with you 86 pages. Okay, even 4 months back I have already sent to you these 86 pages. Okay, and on that time we also discussed, but today again we revise that. Then guys, I start my lecture from directly from the PDF notes. Okay, so I have increased the size. I think it is readable to all of you. Okay, now I hope it is readable to all of you, right? So this is your life skill education syllabus. Okay, at a very first page I have put the syllabus. Then in the second page I have put the last year paper, and rest of all the 86 87 pages I have solved the answer. I have made the notes of each and every point under the syllabus. Okay, so in a section A, there is a life skill, concept, scope, importance, core life skill. Okay, social negotiation skill, thinking skill, coping. And guys, there are three theories under the theories of a lifespan development. The name of a first theory is Piaget cognitive development. And if you know, okay, we have already covered the Piaget theory. in our first semester, right? Piaget cognitive development theory, Erikson theory, psychosocial development theory, and third theory is Vygotsky, right? Vygotsky theory of social cultural theory of a development, and last theory of this person's biological theory. Okay. Then in the third part, pillars of education and life skills. So there are four pillars. So this is the important question always comes. Okay, it is an easy one. Okay, we'll discuss in our today's class four pillars of education and life skills. कौन से हैं? What are the four pillars? Learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to be. Right? So basically, according to the UNESCO, the purpose of education is that these are the four pillars of education, right? And life skills. So basically under this paper, this is a very, very, very easy paper, guys. Very easy paper. Okay. So what is in this paper? In this paper, all the, life skills, there should be some skills, person should have, okay, teacher should have, principal should have, these all the skills. Okay. Then life skills in a social context, media influence, social harmony, national integrations, differently disabled and vulnerable and marginalized group. Okay. And under a section B, life skills in school settings at the secondary level. This is the most important. You know that not 10 years back and 15 years back, there was a many students, if they don't get the marks, they go for the suicide. Such kind of a life life risk, and children at a life risk. So ye sara we'll discuss. Then life skills and career, life skill training, life skill to deal with peer pressure. Yes, this is also important. Basically, guys, these are the skills, na? So we are not aware of the skills, how to deal the pressure, how to deal the peer pressure. So basically, suicide be, when we talk about the suicide, so we are not coping up, such, we don't know how to cope up with that pressure. So we go for that. So these are very necessary, right, for a teacher, for a principal. So unless or until, guys, being teacher, being principal, if you do not aware of these skills, how you will put these skills among your students, right? So you should have knowledge of these all the skills. Then life skills and well-beings. So basically there are two sections, easy sections. Under a section A, it is talking about all the life skills, core life skills, social skill, thinking skill, coping skills. Then three theories हैं, four pillars of educations हैं, and under a sections B, it is talking about life skills in the school settings at the secondary stage. Okay, so this is our syllabus. Okay, nothing else. Very easy syllabus. So now you see the last year paper, life skill education. This is the last year paper. Okay, you can see that question has come. Explain the concept of life skills. What are core skills? What are core life skills? Okay. Second questions, guys, एक theory में से आ गया है. Out of a four theories थी ना. One is Piaget theory, then Erikson theory, then Vygotsky. One more, है ना? Out of a four, so one theory has come, Vygotsky social cultural theory, and compare it with the Erikson psychosocial theory. And then discuss the importance of a four pillars of education and life skill. Yeah, always this questions come, four pillars of education. Okay, it was given by the Deller, the name of the person who gave these four pillars of educations, Deller. Sometime it is called Deller pillars of education, four pillars of education. Okay, so such type questions can come. Again, fourth, very easy. Explain the significance of a life skills for the vulnerable and marginalized group in the society. देखो, nobody is giving attentions to marginalized group. Even since independence, we are not giving any attentions to the vulnerable and marginalized group. Okay, so this is a very much important. That's why na matlab quota system, reservation system na we give to them, okay, because they are the vulnerable and marginalized group of a society. And in sections B, significance of a life skill for children at a risk at a secondary school stage. What are the programs for imparting life skills? How these to be evaluated? Seventh, I discuss the life skill required for the suicide prevention. Eighth, what is the positive psychology? What are the implications of a care of a student secondary stage? So guys, why I, every questions I'm, discussing, reading that, because at least you should know that what is in our syllabus. So basically it is talking about the life skills and core skills even. Life skills, so there are a lot of life skills, but what are the core life skills which are needed by the teacher and by the principal? Okay. Then second, it is talking about 4 pillars of education given by the Deller. Okay. Then, how the life skill, importance of the life skills for the vulnerable and the marginalized society. And in the second sections, it is talking about secondary school stage. So similarly, in section C, you know that 10 questions would come. So ये देखो सारा वही आया. What is the scope of a life skills? What is the this biological theory? Then third is state the challenges in achieving quality learning outcome. What do you understand by learning to be? वो है 4 pillars of education. Na? This is important, right? 4 pillars of education which we have to do, right? And then you know uh, write about the life skill and career. You can see media influence of a life skill. Which life skills can help to deal with peer pressure, children prone to exclusion, well-being, describe thinking and copying skills, right? So I think you have come to know what is in the syllabus, okay, and you know what type of a questions would come, okay, guys. So now we move to the questions, okay. So all the 86 pages today we will discuss, okay, the whole paper. This is the exam preparation class. So I'm starting from the first questions, first topic. Explain the concept of life skills and what are the core life skills. So guys, first you have to write about life skills and in detail you have to talk about core life skills, okay. So I will go, little bit swiftly because, the most important points I will discuss. Okay. Rest of the part, because you have to learn, you have to give the exams. Okay. My purpose is to, concept should be clear. Okay. So I will clear the concept. Okay. Later on, you can, learn these all things, but important points I will discuss. So guys, what are the life skills basically? Because this is the most important. Even it was said by the WHO, World Health Organizations, life skills are the living skills or abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individuals to deal effectively with demands and challenges of everyday life. These are the living skills or the abilities. These are the very necessary, for the teacher, for the principals. So, it will pass through teacher and principals to the students. Now, guys, this is a reason. This is a very much important, right? Life skill education plays a key role in promoting psychological well-being and quality of a satisfying life for students such that they can lead effective life. Up here now, you have to understand the first important thing. Many times in my lecture, you have listened, okay, and it is, I say that, even research say that, guys, student is never ever weak. Student कभी भी नालायक नहीं होता, कभी भी weak नहीं होता. Who is weak? Weak is teacher. If I'm talking about, weakness of the teacher, I'm not talking about personally. I'm talking about the method of the teacher. Teaching method of the teacher is not good. The behavior of the teacher is not good. The teaching style of the teacher is not good, right? This is the reason Okay, students are not getting a good marks, students are not getting intelligence, students are not developing. This is all about the teacher. It is in the hand of the teacher. You know what the Cunningham has said? It is a one definitions of the Cunningham in the chapter of the curriculum. He has said that curriculum, it is a tool, it is in the hand of the teacher. Similarly, I talk about, you know, when you interact with the students, 30 students in your class, for example, 30, 40 students, 50 students. Okay, these are, you know, now it is in your custody, guys. What you have to do whole of the year, what the Cunningham has said, it is a tool by which you can mold the personality of the student in his studio, means school. Teaching does not mean finishing the syllabus only. Guys, at a very first stage, you have to take care of the student. At a very first day, for example, we start with the January, and our program, school program starts from the January. And in the end of December, he has to give the exam. So this is our duty to assess the personality of the student, to assess the learning outcome of the student, to track the record of the student at a very first day. This is called the assessment. You have so many tools, assessment tools, assignment tool, project tool, essay type test, objective type test. You have a lot of tools, but most of the teacher, they are not aware of that. They are finishing the syllabus, pouring into the mind of the student, nothing else. So guys, this is the necessary. You can see that even the WHO says that these are the very necessary skills. These are the living skills, abilities for adaptive and positive behavior that enable individual to deal effectively with demands and challenges of everyday life. From where the student learn? I ask one question from all of you, who you are. आप कौन है basically? You are the copy of that person, that 3 or 4 persons who have influenced more and more on your life, nothing else. Either you are a copy of your teacher, you are a copy of your parent, you are a copy of your friend. वही 3 4 friends हैं, है ना, who has influenced more and more on you. So guys, similarly, when students are in these schools 3 7 hours 6 hours, okay, so basically we become the ideal for the students. Okay, they get each and everything from us. So this is our duty, not only pouring into the mind of the student syllabus में क्या लिखा हुआ है, we have to develop the personality of the student. So basically what I want to say that we are the teachers, we are the responsible for the growth and development of the student. Why we are learning these B.Ed or M.Ed programs? Why we are learning the life skills? Why is it necessary? Because of that, because for the welfare of the student. Right, guys? So this is the reason. Without the going through the B.Ed, M.Ed program, nobody can become a good or effective teacher or principal. Right? This is, reason these programs are designed. Right? So life skill education plays a key role in promoting psychological well-being and quality of a satisfying life for students such that they can lead an effective life. So WHO has defined that. Okay, we have already discussed. Up now we have to understand, basically life skill has been classified into the 3 broad categories by the WHO. Meaning of a life skill. Life skill include the 3 skills: thinking skills, social skills, and emotional skills. Right? So thinking skills are the skills, you can see that. Okay, means important point, I have highlighted, I have bolded. Okay, so I am discussing under the question. Rest part, guys, you have to learn it. Okay, because concept would be clear to you. So guys, what are the thinking skills, which is a part of the life skill? Thinking skills are the skills that enhances the logical faculty of the brain using an analytical ability, thinking creatively and critically, and developing problem solving skills and improving decision making abilities. These skills now you have to, develop among the students. Okay. Here, you know, I give you one example, or, I ask from you, what happens. You have seen, many teachers, when they come at the class, okay, after wishing to the student, they say that, okay, guys, today we will discuss this questions in detail, this topic in detail, and they start teaching to the student. You have seen that, you are aware of that, okay. I'm not talking about any individual person. Okay. So basically, you have seen that. They come in the class and they start teaching. So, guys, this is a wrong method basically, because our skill of introducing says that whatever the topic we are going to teach to the student, we have to prepare some of the questions. And the moment we come in the class, we have to ask the questions from the students. And whatever the topic of the today's class, it should be spoken by the student. When you ask the student, by stimulating the learning power. Up, guys, what happens when you come in the class and say the students, okay, students, good morning. Today we will discuss this topic in detail, and you start teaching. So, guys, what is happening? You are the person who has killed the reasoning power of the student. You are the persons who has killed the creatively, critically, problem solving skills of the student, because you are making the student just to cram it, just to mug up the words, right? Means you have to dig more and more, guys. Being teacher, you have to work all the, domains of learning, all the learning domains. कौन सी है? What are the domains? Basically, when we talk about the psychology, cognitive domain, affective domain, psychomotor domain. This is the purpose of a teaching. The purpose of not teaching to finish the syllabus. That's why it is called, teaching is not everybody's cup of tea. So thinking skills, yeah, again. Next, again, social skills. Social skills include the interpersonal skills, communication skills, leadership skills, management skills, advocacy, cooperations, team building skills. And emotional skills involves knowing and being comfortable with oneself. Thus, self-management including managing, coping with feeling, emotion, stress, resisting peer and family pressures. So, guys, if you have these skills, so automatically, your students are learning. Yeah, are you getting my point? Okay. So this is the life skills. These are the three broad categories of the life skills. Basically, under this questions, you can write that again, life skill programs are conducted with a focus on specific life skills depending on the settings. For example, in countries like UK, USA, Germany, life skill education programs are designed to promote positive refusal skills and effective decision making around smoking, alcohol, drug abuse, HIV, AIDS, contraceptions, perceptions about sexual activities. In contrast, in the developing nations like India, Sri Lanka, Maldives, Bangladesh, Thailand, this is life skills concept into their curriculum at different grade levels. So these skills programs are designed to conduct in sequential order by component with an emphasis on everyday skills such as communication, which is the basic level skills. So this thing you have to talk about the life skills, why the life skill education is necessary. Okay, life skill based education is an approach used to address specific content to achieve a certain goals. Okay, well, what was our questions? What are the life skills and what are the core life skills? Okay, so first 1 or 2 pages you talk about the life skills, which I have explained. Then you have to make the heading of the core life skills, right, guys? Core life skills. ये था ना हमारा questions. Okay, you can see that questions. Okay, this is the question. Explain the concept of life skills and what are the core life skills. Okay, so you have to remember the core life skills. No matter your age, gender, location, situation, here are the core life skills that everyone should learn and master. Self-awareness, empathy, right? Creative thinking, critical thinking. ये देखो, critical thinking is an important life skills. And it includes, it inculcates the inclinations of a evaluate information objectively and from wider perspective. देखो ना, if you have the critical thinker, if you are a critical thinker, being teacher, being principal, you can evaluate your student very better, you can assess your student very better in a wider perspective. Problem solving and decision making, तो ये सारे के सारे these are the core life skills. Okay, coping with stress. Okay, सिखाओ students को how to cope up with problems, how to cope up with stress. Okay, how to cope up with peer pressure, how to cope up with problems, dealing with emotions, effective communications. This is also important skills. If you are not a good communicator, a student will not become a good communicator, because student are the copy of you, student copies you. Healthy interpersonal relationship, right? Compassion, empathy, emotional reciprocity, effective communication, similar other factors are vital for developing and maintaining a healthy relationship with a family member, neighbor, and colleagues. Okay, so guys, these all the core skills you have to learn it. Okay, the next question is, discuss the importance of a four pillar of a education and life skills. So these four pillars. Okay, so then this paragraph is important. I have made a notes for you. Okay, later on you can check and see. The question is, discuss the four pillars of education and life skills. Life skills, so we have already done. Okay, so first we talk about the four pillars of education. So four pillar of education for 21st century, that Jacques Deller. I told you, na, it was given by the Deller. Sometimes questions comes, discuss that Deller's four pillar of educations. So Deller's 2001 refers to the UNESCO in the form of a report. Okay, what are these four pillars of educations? That comprises learning to know, learning to do, learning to live, learning to be. What is the meaning of that? Na? Basically, the meaning of that, Taylor wants to say that the purpose of education is to, these four things. You have to generate, you have to inculcate among the student. Whatever the educations, we have the lot of buildings and effective teachers, and what is the purpose of that? The purpose of education is that we have to develop these four pillars: learning to know, learning to do, learning to live, and learning to be. These pillars, okay, see carefully, these pillars underline the very breadth and depth of UNESCO's vision of education within and beyond schooling. This report firmly held that education must be organized around the four fundamental types of a learning throughout a person's life: learning to know, learning to do, learning to live together, and learning to be. Although these four fundamental types of a learning, appropriately termed as the four pillars of education, may be defined separately, they form an integrated whole and should ideally be present in all pedagogical encounters and the curriculum as a whole. Right? अब क्या है ये pillars? You should know about these all the four pillars in detail. Right? This thing you have to learn: learning to know, learning to do, learning to live, learning to be. अब learning to know. What is the meaning of learning to know? Learning to know includes the development of a faculties of memory, imagination, reasoning, problem solving, ability to think in a coherent and a critical way. It is the process of a discovery which takes time and involves going more deeply into the information delivered through subject teaching. You got the point now? Whatever the topic you are teaching, guys, you should reflect these four things. Okay, what is the purpose of education? Many times in the lecture I have told you, have you ever thought after the 10th or after the +2, when the student leaves the school, so what we are giving to the student, what the students are getting? Have you ever thought? Guys, the purpose of education should be, you have to develop these things among the students, only then, they can go for a, bread and butter. They can earn a, they should have a, one skill, right? This is the reason under a new education policy, even the, sixth onwards, there are many, vocational courses has added, right? When the Kasturi Rangan, when the, he made that policy, you have seen that. First of all, he saw that why the student, go to school, they cry lot, okay, and when they come back from the schools, they feel very happy. Okay, so what he has, omitted that, well, he has waived the, examination up to the second class, right? So examination start from the, second or third class. And when the student will reach into the fifth, sixth or seventh class, there should be a vocational courses. And when they go for the, graduation, so, he has finished all the, kind of, we are labeling a BA, BSc, MCom, and we say that science students are intelligent and the, art students. What is this, right? So he has done, only after 3 or 4 years, student would be graduated. So, four pillars of, coming back to the topic, four pillars of education means whatever that we are teaching, we have to develop these four things among the students. Number one is learning to know. We are doing the learning to know. What is the meaning of a learning to know? Learning to know means there should be a development of a faculties of a memory, imagination, reasoning, problem solving ability, ability to think in a critical way. Okay, this thing we have to develop, right, guys? So rest, guys, okay, you can learn that. Okay, I have detailed, made the notes for you. Second, learning to do. Learning to do simply means the applications of a what learners have learned or known into practices. It is a closely linked to the vocational technical education and work skills training. This is important, Anna, which I was just discussing. Anna, whatever I was just discussing, the second point came. अब लर्निंग टू डू का मीनिंग क्या है कि whatever you are teaching to the student, there should be a practical, aspect of this thing. There should be an application of this thing. So basically, it is a closely related with the vocational technical education and work skills training. Matlab, it means the purpose of schools and, purpose of, uh, you know being teachers, purpose of a principals, we have to make the student skilled person. We have to tell the applications of that particular thing, right? In details now, I have done it, I have explained that. Okay, you can learn it. Third is learning to live together or learning to live with others. In the context of, what is the meaning of that? In the context of increasing globalization, the Deller Commission places a special emphasis on this pillar of learning. It implies an education taking two complementary paths, one on level, discovery of other, and on another, experience shared purpose throughout life. Meaning क्या है इसका? Learning to live together or learning to live with others. Okay. So, okay, we discuss this paragraph. This is important. You will come to know about the third skill, learning to live together. Specifically, it implies the development of a such qualities, learning to live together or learning to live with other, knowledge and understanding of a self and other. Guys, we don't have to create the competitions in the class. ये स्टूडेंट ने इतने मार्क्स ले लिए हैं, उसने इतने मार्क्स ले लिए हैं, ठीक है? We have to develop the, cooperation. We have to develop the knowledge and understanding of a self and others, appreciations of diversity of the human race, and an awareness of a similarities between and the interdependence of all humans, empathy and cooperative social behavior in caring and sharing. Caring and sharing, respect of other people and their culture, the value system. This thing we have to develop, and we are developing. This is the reason India education is called a, it is appreciated by all the nations. Even the foreign, even the NRIs, they are putting up in America, Canada, abroad. They think that their children should get the education from India. right? So these all things are learning to live together. Okay, so if we will develop these things, okay, these all the things, only then we can achieve the third pillar of a education which was given by the Deller commissions, right? And the fourth pillar is learning to be. What is the meaning of a learning to be? Learning to be, therefore, be interpreted in one way as a learning to be human through acquisition of a knowledge, skills, and values conducive to personality development in its intellectual, moral, cultural, and physical dimension. Right? This is the meaning of a learning to be. Thus, learning to be contributes to the integral formations of an individual in all sector of knowledge, namely intelligence, thinking skills, criteria of a logical reasoning, argumentation based on culture, diversities, and scientific knowledge. Learning to be. Okay. So guys, don't mix that, these all the four things. Okay. The meaning of four things are different. Okay. These four pillars. Okay. So this was given by the Deller Commission. Definitely it comes. Even short answers maybe aata hai, and long answers maybe it has come. Okay. You have seen that. And the second part of the question was, importance of the life skills. Okay, wahi life skills, problem solving ability, critical thinking ability, analytical ability to cope up with the peer pressures. These all are the life skills. Now you have to talk about importance of a life skill. So this is a very easy. Okay, so you can learn that. Okay, I have explained everything. What are the benefits of these? All right, guys. Importance of a life skill education क्या है? Along with that, okay, if this questions comes to, I have also made a notes for you, importance of a life skills education. Okay, you can learn that later on. When you match up with your syllabus, your all syllabus is covering with these 90 pages, 86 pages notes, 84, 86 pages notes, right guys? Even we have solved the last year paper also. देखो short answers में भी आ जाता 4 pillars of education. Okay, you can see that, right, in the 4 pillars of education, right? Okay, the next question is, explain that the significance of a life skill for the vulnerable and marginalized groups in the society. देखा ना, it was in the syllabus ना, the fourth part in the sections A. So it has covered through a question. So significance, we have to talk about significance of a life skills for the vulnerable and marginalized group in the society. मतलब वही जो groups हैं, whose are, you're talking about SC, ST, right? Disabled persons bhi aage, disadvantaged persons bhi, that comes under this category. Okay, so we have to talk about significance of a life skills for them. Okay, we have to talk. So guys, so here you can see that, okay, in a paragraph I have written, life skills are the mandatory to redeem the marginalized group and make them resilient in the days to come. Marginalized group in India are advancing in the fringe of the society where they are eliminated from the mainstream development. You have seen now these guys, they have eliminated from the mainstream development because they don't have the life skills. Okay, marginalized groups are unskilled to combat with vivid problems. Because they are unskilled, so they cannot cope up with the problem, combat with the vivid problems in which they come across in their life. So there is a very much necessary to uplift the marginalized group. Okay, and how we can do with the help of life skills education when it comes in the curriculum. Curriculum means in our syllabus, right? So this is the reason now. When we see our syllabus, why this part has come in the syllabus. So guys, there is a particular reason for that. Okay, this education program will address all the categories of a marginalized adolescents where community participations can be enhanced for the development of a vulnerable and marginalized groups. I think you have come to know. Okay, what are the life skills? And then you can make the heading need of a life skills as a community based education program. Well, we have to start the community based education program. For example, when we came to know that many of the students, adults, children, they have left off the school, so we start the adult educations. That na, what was the concept of adult education? Means teacher used to go to the different villages, Okay, and they train to the teenagers over there, even adolescents over there. Okay, those who have left the study. So similarly, with the help of a life educations program, life skills educations program, we can uplift the marginalized groups. Okay, so under this answer, you have to talk about these all things, right? So ये सारे के सारे skills. Okay, so you have to mention under this, right? Okay, the next questions comes. Okay, significance of a life skill for a children at risk at the secondary school stage. Now what are the secondary stage? 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. First to 8 we talk about, it is a primary education. Then if we talk about secondary education, we talk about 9, 10 plus 1 plus 2. After plus 2 we talk about, it is called higher education. So what is the now significance of a life skill for children at risk? The children at risk. Well, we have to talk the significance for the children, but who are at risk? Okay, at the secondary school stage. So guys, life skills education play a key role in promoting psychological well-being and quality of a satisfying life for the students such that they can lead an effective life. Life skill has been classified into 3 categories. We already discussed this thing. Okay. We have to make a heading because it was asked by the examiner. Significance of a life skill for children at risk at the secondary school stage. Okay, I want to ask from you. Okay, who are the children? What are the children? Who are the children who are at risk? Right? कौन से? Adolescents. Right? Because adolescent age is a such type of a age where there are a lot of ups and downs are going on inside the adolescents. Even the Stanley Hall has said that regarding the adolescents. He has said that adolescent as a period of great strain and stress, storm and strife, they are the children, they are at risk. Because when you handle the adolescents in this age, so then after that guys, they can grow properly, they can choose a very good path in a life. So life skills are very much important for the children at risk, and they are the adolescents. So you have to talk about these all the things. The following points represents the significance of the life skills education for secondary school stage. Okay, to deal with the stressful situations, to understand the importance of practical life, right? To develop the cognitive, वही सारे life skills, critical thinking skills, analytical skills, problem solving skills, coping with pressure, coping with peer pressures. Okay, so ये सारा you have to develop among the students. So guys, what will happen? Even by giving a life skill educations, okay, suicides reduce हो गई हैं, right? 10 years, 15 years back, what happens? Students are doing the suicide. Because schools are not giving training of such kind of a life skills programs, and these all things. There should be a maladjustment problems आ जाती हैं, aggressive बन जाते हैं, student becomes aggressive. तो then bada easily we say that being teacher and being principal, by sitting in a one room, and we say that they are very aggressive. Have you found that what was the reason behind it? Being teacher, you are the reason. Student has become the aggressive because of you. Students are not developing because of the teacher. या तो टीचर होंगे या मदर फादर होंगे, राइट? वो टीचर को भी बोला जाता है, टीचर इज कॉल्ड द सेकंड पेरेंट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट, राइट? So these things you should have knowledge of this, and you have to develop among the students. Imparting life skill education in classroom. Okay, so guys, it is in a curriculum. Even you are the principal administrator of the school. Okay, you should arrange such type of a programs. You should giving invitations to the personalities who are trained in this. You should provide such kind of a lecture, guest lecture. Okay, so these are very much necessary, okay, to cope up with these all the things, right? There should be seminars, conference, it should be in your schools. तो ये सारे के सारे पॉइंट्स हैं, ठीक है, राइट? अब नाउ वी टॉक अबाउट द सेक्शन बी, life skills in school setting at secondary level with special reference to the children prone to exclusion and children at risk, right? जो exclusions हो जाते हैं और dropping out हो रही हैं students, मतलब have you found out what was the reason why they are dropping out? It might be a reason they are dropping because of the bad behavior of the teacher, bad behavior of the principal, right? So this is a very much necessary. So again वही वाला आ गया, right guys? Life skill educations है, how it is, playing a role for the welfare of the student, in fact for the teachers. Life skills for the excluded child, right? Be open, available, and calm when your child needs to talk with you. Children often worry about upsetting or worrying their parents, so it is important to remain calm and engaged with your child. During the adolescent, parent, father has to become a friend, and mother to his son, and mother has to become the friend to her, you know, daughter, right? So guys, similarly, you have to act like that, okay? Be responsive to your child, be affirming, make your home as a safe haven, help your child manage emotional distress, build your child relation friendship for the parents and school. अब ऊपर तो सारा बता दिया ना home के अंदर. Then parents and schools, what are the responsibilities for the excluded children? Develop a tone in your family and school that demonstrate an environment of a mutual respect and responsibility. There should be in your school, there should be a decorum, giving the mutual respect to each others, okay? If you start giving this thing, okay, so how they will they cannot become the aggressive. They become the aggressive because in the school, because of the school environment or the home environment. Have clear and communicated policies on bullying and social exclusions and explore. So these are very easy, guys, okay? You can learn that, okay? All things children at the risk, है ना? We are talk about who is at risk. ये देखिए, who is at risk? It is a child or adolescent, right? Is it family or it is community, right? So this thing, life skills and children at risk, okay? So this we have already done. Okay, next question come. What are the programs? Yes, this is important. I'm just discussing. I'm talking about this. Na? You should talk the faculty members. You should talk the personalities having the knowledge of this. Okay, even in the form of a guest lecture, right? Faculty development programs and such type of a conferences, seminars you should arrange in your schools, because whole of the years, guys, you have, okay. So you are the persons to for the reason for the growth and development of the student. Now, what are the programs for imparting life skills? What are these to be evaluated? Now we have to talk about the life skill programs. So life skill programs aim at inculcating in the student both personal and professional skills in the areas of understanding of self and others. Life skill programs are those that seek to build capacity of individuals to make decisions and take action and positively impact their lives and lives of those around them. Actually, meaning of education is यही है हमारा. The purpose of education. The purpose of education is not to make the student robot, to pour into the mind of a student. Guys, वो एक soul है, right? So we are the persons being teachers. We have to nourish that soul, those students, okay, by these activities. Actually, what is happening, without untrained teachers, they have started as schools, and they are not getting, sometime without beard, they are teaching. This is the reason a beard or MD has mandatory. Okay, they have come to know that, because they were not getting the result. So this is the reason, even the government has done it after 65 years of independence. You know that before 2014, now when this government came, now, so what was happening? Even the graduation or post graduations, now they are teaching in the schools and becoming the principal. And that in the year of 2014, under the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on that time the education minister was Samriti Irani. You know that, she has, mandatory. If for becoming a teacher, you should be a B.Ed, and for becoming a principal, you should be a master, M.Ed, right? So this is the reason, guys. If we are not a B.Ed or M.Ed and we are teaching in the schools and we are sitting on the principal chair, so we cannot get the such kind of a result, right? So we should have, these all the theories, thoroughly knowledge we should have. Only then we can develop. By working on a one skills only, they should speak the English. It doesn't mean that we have developed the whole personality of the student. English, so within a 6 months, okay, student can learn. Even you have seen that, okay, many of the villagers, they have done, from the Punjabi medium and Hindi medium, okay, when they have go to the abroad, by the IELTS and spoken English, after 6 months, after a 1 year, they speak a very good English. The purpose is not to, uh, only develop the, English skill. The purpose of that, we have to develop the whole personality of the students, harmonious development, social development, intellectual development, uh, mm, physical development, even, spiritual development, aesthetic development, emotional development. Even in a one line, I say that there should be emotional development. Okay, they should have aware of these all the life skills. This is the purpose of the education. Even the Deller Commissions, you can see that Deller Commissions, he has given the report to the UNESCO. He has said that the purpose of education is to develop the four pillars. Got it? So programs for the imparting life skills. कौन-कौन से programs हो सकते हैं, right? So आप, you can, these are the programs. Distributing cognition method and cooperative learning method, class discussions, brainstorming, storytelling, debate. Okay, these are all the part of the, teaching learning process. These all things, there should be a variety in the, teaching and learning process. Other creative methods are role play, games, poetry, recitations, dance and music. So these are all the programs. Okay, ये देखो debate, ठीक है? उन सभी को फिर we have to explain it. Okay, right? Case study method, other creative method, means these are the life skill programs, na? Okay, we have to develop in our schools, right? मतलब we have to arrange the debates, poetry, right? और ये सारा debate, storytelling, brainstorming, okay, role play, games, and, all the life skills, which we have discussed earlier. Evaluations of the, life LST programs. Evaluation tools used in the evaluations of a life skill programs include questionnaire given to pupil, teacher and trainer, individual and group interviews, assessment through observation. Example of a teacher conducting a life skill class. The evaluator employ a mixed method approach using quantitative and qualitative methods. Right? Now, okay, you can evaluate these all the programs by these questionnaires. Okay, these all the things, group interviews and others. Okay. Next question is, discuss the life skill required for suicide prevention. ये देखिए कितना important है, right? Always this, comes. This questions come. Life skill programs, required of a life skill program for the suicide prevention. Suicide is a problem of all the society, be it be developed, developing or underdeveloped country. It is a prevalent among people all. This, right? So guys, here up, so you have, I think, understood why the life skill required for suicide prevention. Okay. So when we develop these things among the students now, so definitely, they will, this thing would be reduced automatically, right? You have seen that 10-15 years back, what happened? There was so much stress and burden on the student. Okay. If they don't get the marks, up to 98 97, there was a kind of a hoard of these marks. Even 10 15 years back, even teacher, parents, they have labeled that if the student has got the 98% marks, he would call the intelligent. Others are nalaik student. Even guys, have you ever thought 98 99% student cannot do in a life? Yes, I don't consider it. Even research says that. आप देखो ना, if the student is getting 98-99% marks, so he is giving his all the time on only education. He is developing only the intellectual level, nothing else. But for growing in a life, there should be a harmonious development. So it is a necessary. So life skill programs are necessary. Then this is the need of, life skills program for suicide prevention also, right? So I have also explained for you also, okay? ये वाला protective factors ये सारे आप ना you can learn it, okay? It is a easy one because concept is clear to you, okay? Life skills to deal with peer pressure. Okay, sometimes students का peer pressure यही है marks का ना, he has got a very good marks, okay, other is not getting a peer pressure it is called, okay. तो कैसे कैसे आपको ना some example of a negative peer pressure, okay, this है ना, वो हमें if we know about that तो we can इनसे भी हम मतलब overcome कर सकते हैं. What strategies can help handling negative peer pressure life skill? तो क्या करना चाहिए? Being teacher and parents, pay attention to how you feel. ठीक है, प्लान अहेड, टॉक टू द पर्सन हु इज प्रेशरिंग, है ना, इन योर क्लास यू शुड टॉक विद योर स्टूडेंट. Sometimes na, don't take the class, don't teach to the student, just discuss with the students what are their problems, okay, you should ask, okay, you have to root cause of the student, why the student is not taking interest, not learning too much, what is the reason behind it, talk properly. Even in many schools there is a counseling session also, they have appointed a one counselor, okay, he goes to the different schools, okay, right? So that's why even teacher should have knowledge of these all things, only then he can develop these all the things among the students. Life skills to deal with substance abuse and overview of a substance abuse. ये देखो ये सारा का सारा ना totally. So how the you can know that life skill education is necessary. अब in a syllabus that there was a 4 theories, है ना, Piaget cognitive development, Erikson theory, Vygotsky, and this one last biological theory, right guys? So Piaget theory we have already discussed many times, that it talks about 4 stages: sensory motor stage, pre-operational, concrete, and formal stage. Okay, I have explained it. Piaget theory, उसके बाद आ गया एरिक्सन theory, नहीं वाइगॉट्स्काई theory है, वाइगॉट्स्काई social culture theory of a cognitive development. मतलब ये all the 4 theories ना, it is related with the cognitive development, okay. Social cultural theory of cognitive development, social cultural theory, okay. In early 20s, a Russian psychologist, this Lev Vygotsky, developed a theory of a cognitive development in children known as this. The main assertion of Vygotsky theory is that cognitive development in early childhood is advanced through social interaction with other people. देखो, मतलब intellectual develop, how the intellectual development is happening through the social interaction. Got it? हाँ, intellectual development is not only from the study, intellectual development through the social interaction. So this theory says, okay. So guys, if you will read this theory, only then you can understand this theory, okay. Although I have made a very easy notes for you, right? Vygotsky theory. Similarly, contrast how it is contrast with Piaget, right? You have to talk. Piaget is talking about a cognitive development only. मतलब what is going inside the mind, okay, cognitive development, right, intellectual development only. But Vygotsky is talking about cognitive development through social interactions. Got it? ये है कंपैरिजन, कंट्रास्ट. ये कंट्रास्ट भी आपने करना है, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट. फिर एरिक्सन थियरी आ गई, एरिक्सन थियरी ऑफ ए साइकोसोशल डेवलपमेंट थ्योरी, साइकोसोशल डेवलपमेंट थ्योरी, ओके. तो यू शुड नो अबाउट सोशल डेवलपमेंट क्या चीज है, साइकोसोशल डेवलपमेंट क्या चीज है. ये देखो, साइको सोशल डेवलपमेंट तो हमें पता है, साइकोलॉजिकल डेवलपमेंट भी पता है, सोशल डेवलपमेंट भी पता है. नाउ साइकोसोशल डेवलपमेंट क्या चीज है. साइकोसोशल डेवलपमेंट इज द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ पर्सनैलिटी इंक्लूडिंग द acquisition of a social attitudes and skills from infancy through maturity. Development, acquisition of a social attitude, right? In child development, a descriptive device by Erikson to the normal this. इसको guys आप पढ़ लेना, ठीक है. Having any problem तो we can discuss later on, don't worry, right? एरिक एरिक्सन पूरा नाम था इसका, The full name of that person's Erik Erikson, psychosocial development theory. Right? Means development through the social interactions. So basically under this theory, he has given the 8 stages of psychosocial development. According to the Erikson, we move through 8 stages of a psychosocial development during our lives. Each stage centers around a specific crisis or conflict between competing tendencies. कौन-कौन सी स्टेज है? Trust versus mistrust, autonomy versus shame and doubt, initiative versus guilt, crisis versus inferiority, crisis of identity versus role confusion, intimacies versus isolation, generativity versus self-absorption, or last data integrity versus despair. So under the Erik Erikson theory, you have to learn the 8 stages of Erik Erikson theory of psychosocial development. You should know. Pehli theory hai Piaget development theory. It talks about only intellectual development by the 4 stages. Second theory hai Vygotsky theory. Vygotsky theory talks about development, cognitive development through social interaction. Third hai Erik Erikson psychosocial development theory. It talks about 8 stages. Okay, psychosocial. And even fourth one भी theory है, biological theory है. Okay, it was given by a Russian development psychologist, right guys? आप इसको भी देख सकते हैं. Okay, and if you don't if having any problem तो later on we can discuss. तो ये आपके खत्म हो गए सारे. ठीक है guys? अब now okay, we move to our all the 86 pages now we have covered. अब आप ये देखिए, this is our syllabus. ठीक है? Right, in our syllabus, so we are done with life skills, concept, scope, importance. Okay, core life skills we are done, thinking skills, coping skills. Okay, फिर उसके बाद ये चारों theories आ गई. Right, Piaget cognitive development theory, Erik Erikson theory, Vygotsky or biological theory, this person's. Okay, then pillars of education we are done, all the 4 pillars of education. ठीक है? Then life skills in social context, media influence, social harmony, national integrations, disabled and vulnerable and marginalized group. We are done. Then life skills in a school setting at the secondary level with special reference to children at risk and prone to exclusion. है ना? We ये भी discuss हो गया हमारा. Life and career we discussed. अब life skills programs कौन से हैं? All the life skills programs we are discussed. Right? Thinking skills, coping skills, and others. Okay. And then life skills to deal with peer pressure, suicide prevention, and substance abuse. We are discussed. Life skills and well-being, positive psychology in children secondary stage. ये भी हमने कर लिया. ठीक है, पूरा का पूरा. और if we talk about last year paper, तो पहला questions we are done. Concept of a life skills and core life skills. Development even इस notes भी हैं इसी के, है ना? I am giving you Vygotsky theory. Importance of a life skills, a 4 pillar of education, life skills, significance of a life skills for vulnerable and marginalized group, significance of a life skill for children at risk at a secondary school stage, program of imparting life skills, how the life skills is importance for suicidal prevention, suicide prevention. ये भी हो गया. ठीक है, ये लास्ट पॉजिटिव साइकोलॉजी नहीं था तो मैं नेक्स्ट आपको भेज दूंगा, डोंट वरी. ठीक है, अदरवाइज तो सारा ही हो गया. तो ये छोटे क्वेश्चंस ऑलरेडी वी आर डन विद दिस. ठीक है गाइस? तो ओके जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर दिस लेक्चर. सो लर्न दीज ऑल थिंग्स. ओके, इफ एनीथिंग इज लेफ्ट ऑफ 5% or 10%, so don't worry. Okay, I'll make the notes and we'll send you, because in this paper we have the 7 days, right? Now little bit you can learn this, and after that you can move to your first paper, educational policy and research. Okay. Okay ji, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the class. Thank you guys.
Thank you, sir.
Okay ji, thank you.